Welcome to this week's episode of The Meeting Place, and I am thrilled to have you all here with me today. And so, on this week's podcast, let me talk about that first. On this week's podcast episode of The Caring Corner, I had an amazing guest, and her name is Lolita Harlem, and we explored the complex world of dementia, understanding how its impact on those diagnosed and their families who for many of them are caregivers, how it affects them. So today, I want to build on that by, focusing on ourselves a bit, the caregiver, especially on our emotional resilience. How do we bounce back? How do we work through this? How do we deal with this? And we all have those days that seem overwhelmingly tough. You know what I mean? Whether you're juggling work or personal responsibilities or caring for a loved one, it's easy to feel like your tank is running dry. There's just nothing more left for you there. Now, that's why I want to share three quick mental exercises designed to boost your emotional resilience on those challenging days. Now, these are quick, simple wins that are easy to do almost anywhere, anytime. They're quick and they're easy. So, with that said, remember, I don't like to keep you long on Mondays. So, with that said, let's dive in. Let's start with exercise one. Exercise one is a grounding exercise with the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. Let me say that again. It's the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. How about that? Woo, that's hard to do. Now, like I said, our first exercise is called the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique, and it's a grounding exercise that helps bring you back to the present moment, especially when you're feeling overwhelmed. And who can't use that? So here's how it goes. Number 5, look around you and name 5 things that you see around you. Maybe it's your coffee cup or a photo on your wall or the sky outside your window. Just 5 things. Come on, do it with me. How about my water cup? I see a picture behind me with leopard print. I see, I'm looking at you, right? But that's 3. I want you to choose 5. So we did the first part. Now, how about number 4? Now, identify 4 things that you can touch. It could be the texture of your jeans beneath your hands, the coolness of your desk, or the fabric of your chair. See, we can do that absolutely anywhere. What are 4 things that you actually touch and feel? Now, number 3, move on to 3 things that you can hear. What's going on around you? Now, this may be the birds chirping outside, or traffic noise that you're hearing, or even the hum of your computer, or the click, click, click of someone typing near you. Now, for 2. Next, find 2 things that you can smell. For me, one of them right off the bat today is my candle behind me. If you can't immediately smell anything, a scented lotion or the smell of coffee might be good options. And lastly, one thing that you can taste, like what's in my cup, water. And yes, water does have a taste. Maybe it's a mint that you keep in your desk, or that aftertaste that you're remembering of your last meal. This exercise brings your attention to your surroundings, and it helps you reduce the intensity of the overwhelming feeling, right? It's not as overwhelming as it felt a few seconds ago, a few minutes ago, because you totally changed your focus. Now, what about exercise two? Deep breathing for calm. One of the things I've found out about deep breathing is it even helps my grandchild who is autistic. She's learned that just by us saying breathe takes her out of the overwhelm and the overstimulation and allows her to center back. So, next up is this deep breathing exercise. This is a tool that you can use not just for immediate relaxation, but also to build your resilience over time. So let's do this together, right? So sit comfortably. That's why this week I'm actually sitting in my chair. Have you noticed that? So sit comfortably, can't even say it. Place your feet flat on the floor and your hands in your lap. Slowly inhale. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hold it for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And gently exhale for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it together. Here we go. Now, I encourage you to do that 3 more times, 2 or 3 more times, and tell me how you feel afterwards, right? I'll do one more with you. Let's do it. How did that feel? Okay, now for our third exercise, positive declaration reinforcements. Now, we're always hearing about affirmations, but I want to teach you how to grow or make your own declarations. And what's the difference? Affirmations are about things that we want to happen or we want to believe. But what makes declarations even more powerful is they're backed up with truth, with fact. And so they can't be stolen away from you. Now, today I want to focus on positive declarations. Unlike affirmations, like I said, they're just not statements of intent, but they're backed by the evidence. And I love evidence and conviction of your own experiences. So let's begin this one, right? So let's say that we say, I am capable of handling whatever comes my way. Wonderful affirmation. I am capable of handling whatever comes my way. But let's give some power to that statement. I want you to think back to past challenges that you've overcome. Maybe it was a difficult day of caregiving or a professional setback, and you navigated it successfully, right? So recall how you felt and what actions that you took to overcome that situation. Use that as your proof. So think about, what challenge have you had even recently, but that you overcome? What are the actions that you took to overcome it? So repeat after me now. Now that we've thought about it, right? I am capable of handling whatever comes my way, just like I handled. Now, mention your specific past challenge right here. I am capable of handling whatever comes my way, just like I handled. Go ahead, right? You have proof. You've done it before and you can do it again. So, what about this one? I choose to be hopeful and optimistic and look at things in this way. Let me say it again a little better, right? I choose to find hopeful and optimistic ways to look at this. Nice. Yeah, that's good. But let's change it into a declaration. Reflect on a moment when positive outlook changed the outcome of a potential negative situation. Do you remember any of those? When you didn't let yourself being drawn to the negative aspect and changed your whole outlook on the way you looked at that situation. Perhaps it was a time when you turned a problem at work into, well, a learning opportunity, or when maintaining hope improved a family or caregiving dynamic. What about that? Can you think of any in either of those situations? Well, I'm telling you, I can think of quite a few. So now say to yourself, and I'm going to walk you through this, I choose to find hopeful and optimistic ways to look at this, because I've seen how positive perspectives have made a difference in my past experiences. In fact, I can even recall a few, like when I, and now mention a specific instance. Was it of hope, or was it of a optimistic way of looking at something? So I'm going to say it once more so you can get this. And look, I might even put it in the comments to remind you. But if not, come on back, look at this again, and write it down. But here we go. I choose to find hopeful and optimistic ways to look at this, because I've seen how a positive perspective has made a difference in my past experiences. Like when now you fill in that blank, right? And here's a third one. I know each day is a new opportunity to learn and grow. Yeah, we know that. And I'm sure that you've said it many times, but let's back that up with some truth, with some power. Consider how each challenge has taught you something valuable or made you stronger. Maybe you learned a new skill while caring for someone, or discovered a personal strength during a tough time. I know I've found quite a few that things that surface that I didn't even know that I was possible of. And so now your declaration is, I know each day is a new opportunity to learn and grow, because in the past, I've learned, and then fill it in. What have you learned from your experiences? By grounding these declarations in personal truth and past experiences, they become more than just words. They transform into reminders of our resilience and our adaptability. This this approach not only boosts emotional resilience, but it also reinforces your sense of self-efficiency and confidence in handling future challenges. Girlfriend, you got this. Look, that's it for today's session on the meeting place. I hope that one of these really become a grounding foundation for you, or maybe all three. I hope you found these exercises helpful and try to remember these quick wins and use them throughout your week, throughout your month, and throughout your day whenever you need them. Before we wrap up, I'd love for you to take a moment to just tell me and notice in this few minutes with me how you feel now compared to when you first began this exercise, this meeting place session, because that's what it was. These are things that I love walking through with my clients, and I've had the opportunity to share them with you today and walk you through them in a short way. Hopefully, you feel a bit more centered and ready to tackle whatever comes your way today. I want to thank you for joining me. And remember, taking care of your emotional health is just as important as other types of care that you provide. So, have an amazing day. And I can't wait to see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.